Today I come to you live from the dumpster. Some of you may be thinking, why is a serious presentation being held in a dumpster? Or maybe, ew, a dumpster, or ew, a girl, or ew, a presentation. So weird. Well, I counter with the question, when did dumpster diving become weirder than food waste? Why not consider the fact that every year 1.5 billion tons of food is wasted globally, and since I popped out of this dumpster, 1,200 tons of food was sent to the landfill and 2 people died from hunger. I remember attending an event my sophomore year of college where tables of delicious charcuterie boards awaited guests after the program concluded. My smiles and excitement for the abundance of food spread out in front of me vanished with the people. Once everyone left, the Sodexo employees began shoveling the tables of food into the trash cans. I was alarmed at what was happening and asked them if I could take it. They encouraged me to take as much as I could and shared that they hated wasting the food as well. I grabbed containers and filled them to the brim. I called my dad on speaker as my phone sat on top of bowls of cheese and fruits during the dark walk home after composing my rampant emotions of excitement turned to confusion, anger, and sadness. I asked him how people can allow this much waste to happen and why nothing has been done to stop it. He reminded me of the staggering statistic that 40% of food is wasted. I remember the anger and confusion that poured out from me while my forearms burned from the pounds of trash that I carried. I knew that people within a mile radius of me were food insecure, yet there was no system in place to alert them of free food in the area, and Sodexo feared lawsuits if anyone ever got sick from their leftovers. They used fear as an excuse since the Good Samaritan Food Donation Act covers them from litigation, and there is no public record of anyone in America being sued due to troubles related to donated food. This day fueled my fire to fight against food waste. My name is Christina Deierling, and I am a candidate for the Master's of Arts in Leadership Development program at Chapman University, and I think food waste is absurd. In October, my classmate Erin encouraged me to do my thesis on food waste after I gave a presentation on the topic matter in one of our classes. I had already started a challenge where I would only purchase $10 of food a month. I reevaluated my meager $10 budget after I went a whole month of only purchasing 3 tubs of Ben & Jerry's that I found at grocery outlet for $2 each. I realized that if the only thing I purchased was ice cream for a potluck, that I could spend no money on food from October till May. Since that purchase of Ben & Jerry's ice cream at grocery outlet, I have not spent any money on groceries. Through dumpster diving, foraging, gardening, gleaning, and cleaning up after Sodexo events on campus, I have found all my food and enough food to feed 2 of my roommates and now 4 of my friends as we all live at my house during quarantine. The fact that we can feed 5 people 5 meals a day, every day for the past month, shows the immense amount of waste that we have in our own small town. Last week I went to a dumpster that I frequent for their excellent selection of untouched produce. When I walked up, I began to worry because I saw a woman sitting by the dumpster. I never have had competition at a dumpster before, and I felt bad for taking the food if she needed it. I asked her if it was okay if I dumpster dived, and she said, "Oh yes, please do." She introduced herself as Michelle, and we talked the whole time while I took out 2 crates full of veggies and fruits. I asked if she wanted any, but she said she already got what she needed since most of it needed to be cooked and she didn't have a stove. Our conversation made me realize that even dumpster diving favors the privileged in more ways than I previously thought. It also favors those with certain identities like mine. The fact that I am a young white woman means that I can dumpster dive without fear of severe consequences that those with other identities might face. If I were a black man, I would have the potential for much harsher consequences than I would ever face as a white woman. My identities have allowed me to complete this project to the full extent in ways that others would not be able to. The past 8 months of scavenging have shaped every detail of my deliverable. Since half of all food waste in America occurs on a consumer level, I decided to focus on educating consumers. I have given numerous presentations on food waste and food insecurity to clubs, organizations, and classes. These presentations have gotten better as time goes on since I now have more stories to engage my audience. The goals of my deliverable are to educate Chapman students and staff on food waste and its absurdity while pointing out its irony in regards to food insecurity, to teach them how to reduce their food waste with tangible solutions, and to point out sources of food waste in their homes, on campus, and in our town so that they are able to grasp the severity of food waste occurring right under our noses. For my deliverable, I created materials to be used during Chapman University's Green Week, which is sponsored by Chapman Sustainability, Mission Environment, and Net Zero. It involves a diverse array of materials designed to educate people on food waste. This includes a guide to reducing food waste, posters that will be displayed on Big Belly solar compactors and around campus, a documentary screening poster with a guide for those who are debriefing the discussion with sample discussion questions and relevant statistics to encourage dialogue. I have also created a pocket zine, which is a wallet-sized magazine for people to read. It has 2 scannable QR codes which link to the guide and a chart on expiration dates. The Food Waste Reduction Guide is currently being translated into Spanish and has already been shared to neighbors, classmates, friends, and family who have distributed it to all food banks in Western Washington and to various email subscriptions such as the local church newsletter. This deliverable has already influenced many individuals and will continue to educate people on the impacts of food waste and what we can do to stop it. My time in the MLD program at Chapman has given me new perspectives, friends, and knowledge. I have been surrounded by fantastic individuals who have taught me so much and have helped me become a better person along the way. Through my experience, I have developed a greater understanding for what it means to be a servant leader. I have strengthened my values and built my character in the classes I have taken. This project has opened my eyes to a social and environmental issue that stems well beyond consumers. I will never be able to look at food the same way, and I will probably never consistently go grocery shopping again. Even though I was unable to present my deliverable at Green Week, I am confident that it can be taken over by the next class of students at Chapman. I am so thankful for all that I have learned and experienced during this thesis, and I am so grateful for so many individuals who have positively influenced me and helped me through this project. My dad for getting me fired up about food insecurity and food waste, who is currently working his ass off to feed hundreds of families at the Marysville Community Food Bank during this pandemic. My mom for encouraging me and supporting my dumpster diving habits while helping me with ideas to use all the food. My new quarantine roommates for excitedly eating dumpster food and helping me process and cook all of it. My longtime roommate Anya for helping me make excellent dishes out of strange foods. To Elliot for all the moral support and unconditional love. My professors for dealing with my unconventional ideas and sporadic brain. My accountability buddies for making me laugh and helping me meet deadlines. My classmates for giving me an amazing amount of support during this process and for bringing me their unwanted foods and telling me when there are leftovers on campus. To Erin for encouraging me to tackle this thesis topic. Everyone at the Orange Homegrown Community Garden for teaching me how to garden. Megan for letting me eat her front yard produce. All the farmers at the farmers market who would let me take the bruised or unwanted foods and the leftover samples. Specifically, the Lucky Habanero salsa slayers, Jen and Dane. The Fungus Brothers. Cody from the cashew cheese stand. All the produce farmers and the seafood man, Chris. Thank you to those who inspired me to even join the MLD program, and all my counselors at Mount Adams Leadership Camp for instilling my core values and helping me build my character. To Rob Greenfield for being an amazing, influential pioneer in this subject and for inspiring my project along the way. To the amazing Sodexo workers who helped me save food. To my neighbors on Nextdoor for allowing me to pick up their unwanted food. To Mackenzie Krieger for working hard to make Chapman a more sustainable place. To those at Waste Not OC for saving 19 million pounds of food throughout Orange County in 2019 alone. And to all those I haven't named who have helped me along the way. I'm so grateful for everyone who supported me and kept me going throughout this project. I'm so lucky to be surrounded by such fantastic individuals with extremely large hearts. Rock on, and don't forget to eat the crumbs.